G'day folks, another nice warm day ahead of us, and humidity is relatively low today. We've got a bit of a southwester blowing. Homesteader down the mountain come up with a good idea, and a lady by the name of Lynn, you've probably seen her in some of my previous videos. What she's doing down there for vegetable seedlings, particularly with watering, because water is a very precious resource around here. She's put a plastic cup around the seedling, and basically what it looks like is just something like that. Just cut the bottom off it, sink the bottom end into the soil a little bit, probably half an inch maybe, somewhere thereabouts. And the idea is that when you're watering the plant, you want to maximise your water resources, the efficiency, the use of it. Is that when you're watering the plant, the water drains off the plant, and whether you're using a watering can or a hose to get seedlings established, the idea is to get the water down into the root base of the seedling, so you can help it get it established much better. And in a lot of ways it stops the seedling from going into shock. Another reason, another way of planting these is that when I plant these late in the afternoon, early evening, and they give them a good water. So they've got at least 12 hours of darkness initially, and it stops them from going into shock. And when they go into shock, it's a very fine line whether they live or they don't. But also the advantage of this is too that when you get rain, that's the wet stuff that falls out of the sky sometimes around here, it also funnels the water down into the root base of your seedling. And the same can be said if you get an overnight dew, a heavy overnight dew, and we do get them occasionally. Won't get one for the next few days, there's not much humidity. Is that quite often the dew before the sun hits it, if it's a really heavy dew, will drain down the plant into your root system here. There's a bit of moisture collected down there at the moment. It's not from a dew, it's probably where I've watered it from last night. So that's what we're doing with ours. And yeah, sure, there are commercial ideas out there. A type of stake that goes in the ground, it's hollow, and you get a plastic drink bottle, something like this, and you just screw it into the top of it and pour the water in there. They work quite well. They do have a tendency to block up sometimes, but that's just normal routine maintenance and stuff, I guess. But I'm always looking for ideas like this. As I mentioned a long time, about 2 years ago, in other videos I've made, the junkyard supermarket. If you find stuff around you can use PVC pipe offcuts, even old food cans. Just cut the bottoms off them, cut the height to the required height you want, and just sink it into the ground. The idea of this is that as the plant gets bigger and taller, depending on what type of vegetable, you may not be able to do this with all vegetable seedlings, particularly when they get more mature. You can either cut this away or just gently remove it, depending on what sort of seedling it is. So it also helps to keep the mulch away from the stem of the seedling. Quite often, if mulch becomes too wet for whatever reason, you know, heavy rain, a few days of rain, that sort of thing, it can cause collar rot around the dirt line of the stem. We've had that happen to one of our fruit trees a few years back when some mulch was washed up against it, and we had months and months of heavy rain. The collar rot set in, and the same can be said for seedlings. So that's an idea that we're working on anyway, and it seems to be doing quite well. So it certainly worked in this instance here. These tomato seedlings, they didn't go into shock, and it's more efficient water, a scarce resource for us for vegetable gardens. Alright folks, see you later.